we had some issues with our last guest as far as Skype audio, but I think we've got those fixed. And we've got our next guests joining us today here on our broadcast. They join us live here on the old Skip Skype, the old Skype-a-rooney, as I like to refer to it. And gentlemen, go ahead and introduce yourselves, and we'll chat about what you guys do, as Ross Long would say. Go ahead.
Well, I'm Brian Sadeh, guitar player of Orphans of Doom, and we've got Jeremy. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Forces of Doom.
I'm Jeremy Isaacson. I'm a vocalist and guitar player for Orphans of Doom.
Orphans of Doom.
Oh, Orphans of Doom.
From Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Why are you guys the orphans of... and I sure hope... I sure hope with my next joke that they are wrestling fans and they know what the hell I'm getting ready to say. If not, it's going to go completely over their head. But why are you guys orphans of Ron Simmons and Butch Reed's tag team from the early 90s in WCW?
Jeez.
I wish I got that reference.
I did.
I did. There was two guys that wrestled as a tag team in WCW in the early 90s, Ron Simmons and Butch Reed, and they were called Doom. And I thought, Orphans of Doom. So
well, Butch is from Kansas City.
And Butch is from Kansas City, so
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think his real name is Bruce Reed, but he played football at Southwest Missouri or whatever, had a cup of coffee with the Chiefs for like a training camp, and then hurt himself, got cut. Then he turned to pro wrestling in the old days where they had it at Memorial Hall every Thursday. So
I love Memorial Hall. I've seen everyone from Megadeth to Typo Negative to Pantera to White Zombie to Nine Inch Nails to Frank Black to... I've seen so many bands at Memorial Hall. That's a great venue. I wish they were still doing shows.
So, gentlemen...
What about this new album he just dumped?
Who? These guys?
Yeah.
Or? Okay, because you're all over the map sometimes, Jay. So, tell us about the new album here.
Well, I'll go back first. I'll say the name if you're asking about the wrestling thing.
Yes.
Not wrestling, but it is a Conan the Barbarian reference. The first movie has a piece of music called Orphans of Doom, and it was Jeremy and one of our favorite pieces from that movie, and so we loved the lore of the Hyborian lore and Conan and all that kind of sword and sorcery,
that's awesome,
barbarian type stuff. And so we just used that title as our namesake. And of course, everyone thinks we're a Doom band because we have Doom in the title, and that's not really the case. But
they need to judge a book by more than the cover.
That's right.
Right. So yeah, and as for the new album, the album came out late February? I think 28th or something, 26th. And we've just been supporting it and trying to get people to buy it, especially while they're stuck at home. And we've been getting some...
especially everybody's stuck at home.
Yeah, we're sending out... I'm getting text messages from people and emails and stuff saying, I got the vinyl, it looks awesome. And so it's working. People are downloading and ordering it and having it shipped, and it's doing well. So it's a little departure from our first record, but we just wanted to do something down and dirty and heavy, and we're getting a lot of Motorhead comparisons, which I can't be too upset about. And it's just I mean, if there's anyone to compare us to, I mean, I can't get too offended by anything like that. So it's been good.
CD actually pink, or is that just for the cover photo?
That's one of the vinyl variants. So we've got a blue and black and fuchsia splatter, and then the other one is like hot bubblegum, crazy pink.
That's the one I want.
And it looks way cooler in person. Like when you get it in your hands, and just see that flood of pink. It's so great. There's a lot of the interior there's a sleeve on the inside as well that's got silver sparkle, like glitter, that really just, it's so not typical for a metal album, but we wanted to be as bubblegummy and bright and vivid as possible, just to try to take this very kind of generic subject matter of metal albums and make it as unique as possible. Metal shelves on the record shelves for metal genre in general is everything's black and gray and red and
yes.
Which is the complete opposite. It says you guys write sludgy, trashy, proshy, doom laden riffs.
I think just right up your your track there, Miss Jaybird.
Oh,
Just joking. Somebody called her a trashy broad once, so we've had a bad joke with that.
Nobody's called me a trashy broad. They call me a witty big mouth broad. There's a difference.
My bad. Sorry.
I like both. I like both of those just the same.
So, you guys, by the way, I think out of all the Skype calls and everything that we have done the last several months, or it seems like several months, just a month, you guys have the coolest backgrounds. We've got the skyline on one video, and then we've got what looks like to be Leave It to Beaver's house on the other side. So.
Yes. Well, the weather's too nice here today to sit inside, so we had a meeting about this before the meeting. Going, should we try outside? We should try outside. If we can be outside, we should be outside.
That's right.
So, Jeremy's right there in the heart of downtown. So of course the cops are going after someone every 30 or 40 minutes. But
that's right.
Yeah.
Because they're probably not social distancing.
They're probably playing on a playground, or heaven forbid, eating food on a picnic table.
So, you guys, who are some of your influences and musical heroes?
Why trashy? Why?
Jeremy?
Why do me?
I'll let Jeremy handle that.
It's his fault.
There's so many. I know we're really into, Glenn Danzig's a big hero of ours. I can't believe I'm saying that. But back in the 90s, he was pretty awesome.
Old Danzig.
Old Danzig.
Now he's busy singing Elvis, and, he's changed a bit. But
Really? I need to go look this up. He's singing Elvis tunes.
you haven't
the
heard
bed?
the new Danzig album?
Oh my God.
It's a whole album.
Bad. It's bad. It's good bad. No, it's not. It's just bad.
It's just bad, man.
All the old stuff, Megadeth and Typo Negative, and we're really into prog stuff. I'm really into classical music. That's really my big thing, classical and flamenco stuff. So Brian's really into old school prog, like really into old school prog.
Yeah, the stuff like old Genesis or Yes,
That's
and
fantastic.
things of that nature. The Jethro Tull type stuff. The stuff that's 20 minutes long and got like 6 different movements in a song, and like I really kind of dig on that type of stuff, and I think that influence comes through with a lot of the melodic stuff. While we're heavy, but there's still a lot of melody involved, and I think that's what kind of makes us different. Is we're not really following we're not marching to the beat of the same drum as everyone else.
Nice.
Which every band will tell you that to a degree, but chances are they're ripping someone off. We just try to rip off enough different influences that it's its own new synthesis. It's not just they sound like Korn with a hint of Burt Bacharach or something.
That's fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
Burt Bacharach. I love the reference, sir.
I'm looking at their fan page, and on their bio, the quote that I was quoting from, they give credit to some asshole.
Who?
That's right.
Well, they asked me about stuff, so I was like, okay, guys, sure. And
Oh my God. This fan was such an asshole, you had to call him some asshole.
That's a little trade secret. Those quotes are usually a PR company will say, "Hey, we need a quote about something. See if we can find." And typically that's me going, "Oh shit, I better let me get the keyboard and write something real quick." And then so that some asshole is me.
Okay.
well, I'm kind of
we don't have it all down in terms of the PR stuff. There's a lot of curveballs they throw, and they go, "Hey, you got a thing in 30 minutes, and we need this. Send us a bio as quickly as possible, or give me some quotes that I can throw on this press release or something." And I think bands that got a little bit more tenure than us probably have stuff saved up that they can pull from, but not us.
That's fine. You're
kind of digging your guys'
good.
promo picture that you got on your Facebook page. It's like, Jeremy there, he's rocking the porn stash now, but and then you look kind of like the badass biker. Now you look like the guy that's the accountant at the local, stuff. I mean, I dig how you guys completely changed on it. It's like it's a total transformation right now from that promo pic.
That's COVID transformation. That's sitting at home bored. I was like, well, I'm gonna trim it. I'm gonna trim a little more today. So it's and then Jeremy, we've been just stuck indoors, and so he's like, you know what? I think I'll just grow my lip out and see what that looks like, and who knows what a couple more weeks of this. Hopefully it's safe enough to come out in a couple weeks, and we can start assuming our regular identities. But in the meantime, everyone's trying something new at the house.
You coming up with some songs while you're stuck?
No, I'm thinking about buying an ambulance and running the cannonball. That's what I'm thinking.
So that would be more of a Burt Reynolds thing then with the mustache then?
Yeah, possibly.
I keep telling him.
I can shave things and be your Dom DeLuise, so. I'm a little bit of a chunky monkey, so.
I keep telling him to grow it out. It's the push broom stash, where it completely covers the lip, or it's just a mustache, but it's nice and thick, like a big caterpillar on his lip. But we'll see if he gets that far.
I think you look like a high school principal then if you did that. He's better with the porn star look there. It's so much better.
Get some wax and just shape it.
We have some great guests with us today. Orphans of Doom join us here on our broadcast, and we were in the process before the entire world got shut down. We were in the process of we were going to be going to the old Comic-Con in Kansas City, and we were going to do an acoustic set and an interview video thing with these guys, and then
seriously,
everything got canceled. So,
with these guys?
Yes.
I wasn't invited?
Because you didn't want to go to Comic-Con.
I did too.
They kind of asked for you not to come, so it was a different story.
That's fantastic.
They asked for me not to come either, so don't feel bad. So.
I don't want to talk about you coming ever.
So
whatever, Jay. You have fantasies. Don't lie. You and Jeffro when you were talking there in the basement.
Oh my
That's
God.
right. We have this. I don't know where the hell he is now, and who knows? Maybe he got the COVID-19.
A restraining order against him.
We had a guy by the name of Jeffro, who was kind of a weird super fan, I guess, of the Sunday radio show, and he was here every Sunday, and we would have people in studio, and his last appearance was when Jay Bird Wells showed up in her Catwoman outfit.
You told me to.
And he really was obsessed with Catwoman.
Oh my God.
He really liked Catwoman.
Okay, so cosplay is not consent. Just because somebody wears cosplay doesn't say, here, come touch me. And I swear, his was the opposite. Oh, she's wearing Catwoman. Let's see where we can touch her.
And we also had John in studio. We had a bunch of other pro wrestlers. And so
my God.
At one point, everybody talked him into taking a chop.
I did not.
So John got up and chopped him.
And he kind of caved a little bit. So.
It sounded like a gun went off in here.
He had a shocked look. I really don't think he expected it to hurt that much.
And then we also had another wrestler in here who wanted to super kick him, and so he did, and he connected.
Boy, did he
And
connect.
down went Jeffro.
Yeah, you gotta think Jeffro, the easiest way to explain him is kind of a special needs kid pumped up on pre-workout to the max. That's what he was.
He would go to like the local GNC, and he would want samples.
Yeah.
And so they'd give him samples of pre-workout. So he'd throw them in his water bottle, and then he'd mix it up, and then he'd wander all over Hutchinson, Kansas. It was quite the deal.
You'd have blood pressure that was like outlandish. I mean,
We've got one of those.
And he thought he could sing too. He thought he could rap.
Oh, he thought he was a rapper too.
He thought he was.
He's a karaoke guy, all sorts of stuff.
Is he a drummer?
If you asked him, he would tell you yes.
But he'd be the greatest drummer. So he could be.
Oh, yeah.
No, Greg
he could do like
is
the whole
better
set
than
in like
that.
14 seconds because he'd be so hyped up. Like,
I'm sure Brian could sit there and play drums before Jeffro could.
But I guess before we let you guys go, how do we get your music, find you online, all these things?
Well, we got a Facebook page. We got Bandcamp, just Orphans of Doom. We've got our label, The Company. I think it's thecompanyKC.com.
Yeah, and actually
all of our stuff for sale.
that website, actually timing wise, that website is going dead for a few days in the coming days because they are switching over to changing servers and doing all that stuff. But it still can be reached through Facebook and our Facebook, and then the company KC.com or the company KC, their Facebook as well. Obviously Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff too. But we got plenty of vinyl, plenty of hot pink bubblegum vinyl, plenty of splatter, turquoise and black vinyl. We've also got our last record, Strange World's Fierce Gods. It's I wouldn't say it's heavier, I'd say it's slower and more atmospheric, but we've got that available too, and those are selling like crazy as well. So we won't have them forever, and who knows when we repress. So get them while you can.
You guys come down to Wichita, make sure you bring some Minsky's pizza down this way. I miss that stuff. It was so good.
I delivered for Minsky's for about 9 years, so I am all too familiar with the Minsky's.
Skip
yeah.
the pizza. I want the vinyl pink album.
She wants your
So you
vinyl
guys
pink
are-
album.
You guys are in Wichita?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh man, we just played a show in Topeka
Seriously?
like a month and a half ago.
I was just in
And it
Topeka
was,
last week.
It was interesting to say the least. To play at Topeka.
You get to the wrong place down here in Wichita, it'd be very interesting too to play down here.
So
They
you
were very friendly. They were friendly. I mean, but it was very odd.
Very odd.
That depends on what kind of neighborhood you're in.
Well, I don't even know the neighborhood. We got there after dark, but it was the guy. The first guy I met was friendly, but then within I think 10 minutes of meeting him, some racist stuff came out of his mouth, and I was like,
Oh,
Don't-
well.
no,
Yeah,
no,
that
no.
definitely sounds like
You
Topeka.
cannot
That
judge
sounds like
Wichita.
Top City.
so Wichita. I got a question. How long have you guys been in Wichita?
All my life.
I've been teaching all
Okay.
my life. I grew up in a little town just outside of it, so.
Okay, so I played a venue there probably 18 years ago. Big venue, and I'm sure it's not the same anymore, but it had, I feel like it might have been called Ruby's, but it had a rhinestone saddle hanging from the ceiling, and it was
What?
humongous.
I want to go.
And I guess it was
I
like
can't think of the name of the place. I know what you're talking about, though.
you do. Okay, so
Yeah.
I've met other people from the TAW that go, I've never heard of it, but I'm like, it existed. I didn't dream it up. I know it's a thing. It was huge.
God, what was it called? She's
I want to say
Nick
Roadhouse
Rich
Rube
plays a house
something.
band there, Jiggy.
Really?
Who plays
I'm trying
the
to remember
husband?
what the name of the place is, but I know what you're talking about.
No, it's been for. We want to come back. Actually, there's actually we've been trying to before all this COVID stuff happened. We were talking about doing a little bit of a like a South trip. Doing. I'm from Dallas back in the day, so we were hoping to do a Dallas, Tulsa, Wichita, maybe Springfield, Joplin, Columbia thing. And one thing we don't have is any connections into where to get into in Wichita. So any advice for Wichita?
Yeah.
Would they be good for the elbow room, Jiggy?
They probably would be.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The People's Elbow.
The
Good
Well,
point. One of my buddies that's a active pro wrestler right now. He's trying to remember what the name of his band is. I can't remember if it's Rivalries Aside or something.
Oh
He's,
yeah. Are you thinking of Colton?
Yeah. Is that what the band name is?
Yes.
Okay, they play there quite a bit, and he's got kind of it's a little bit softer sound, but it's not that soft where you guys wouldn't fit in good down there.
Okay. We'll check it out.
We will link you guys up somehow. And if they ever open things back up and we do this Comic-Con in August, I will make sure we can get our acoustic thing done.
We'll in the meantime see how the hell that would even sound.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it.
guys.
There they go, Orphans of Doom. We have one final guest that we have to get to because he is blowing up the old Skip Skype.
What happened to that one band?
I've got to get him here. Where is he? He is quarantined somewhere. No. Well,
Who isn't?
he might be under house arrest, like Lance Chapin, the Midwest Mangler. A Midwest Mangler, that guy. Let's get a hold of